Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel ExcelVBA Expert. In today's video, we are going to study one data, and basis that we have to answer to the leader. For example, here this is your company data from A to E column. You have a year, you have a month, you have a revenue, cost, and profit. So the question is here from our management team is that if the revenue is increasing, okay, but profit is declines in many months, and what are the reason behind that? So those reasons we have to tell them with the data set so that they can believe, they can read out the data, they can be satisfied, okay, with the answer. So here what we need to do here, the possible things, what are the possibility, why our profit is being decreasing, okay, if revenue is increasing. So maybe the reason is very simple, the cost is basically increasing, that is the main reason. And that's what actually we have to tell the management, that how we can identify those higher cost months, okay, in which year that we do have a cost, more than our revenue, or more cost as compared to the revenue. So simply what we can do, let's create a one pivot year, okay, and then simple revenue, cost, and profit, okay. So right click and let's make it in the percent first. Right click, make it in the percent. Let's make it in the percent. So here, when, because whenever you are reading, whenever you have a massive number, for example you have a number in a lakh or in crores or millions, right, millions and trillions, so in those scenarios I think we should always go with the percentage so that we can have a better look, we can have a better readable mind. Basically we have to read out the data, and that is really sometimes becomes so tough to read out the numbers, okay. So here in 2020 you guys can look at the revenue was 9.25%, and against that, the our cost was 7.33, okay. The profit which was happened of 39.27%. So here, okay, so here we have to go year on year. So our, the profit got decreased, okay, when you will go in 2025 and 2026. So it was gone in the minus. So in 2025 and 2026 we have to read out the data. So this is something which is a big impact. So first you have to highlight it in the red color. Let's highlight it, okay. And this is how that you guys have to read out your data. And what we can do, we can also cut it and we can bring it into the separate sheet, so that we can answer our, here you guys can write year on year, okay, year on year comparison of profit, okay. That's what you can reply, and that's what actually you have highlighted with the red, okay. And here when you will look at, so your revenue was 16.05 and the cost was was 16.76. So still when you will look at, okay, so what we can do, let's make it in the absolute number first, okay. I think we should go with the absolute number. All right, okay. So let's convert it into the months, okay. Go here in the custom hash comma hash millions, okay. This is now millions, guys, okay. So when you will read your data, so your revenue was 66.6 million, okay. And when you will read out your cost was 49.5 million, and the profit happened in 2020 was 17.1 million, which was okay, no problem. So the highest profit which we made in 2020, not in another years. When you will go, when your in year is keep on increasing, okay, then there your profit is also being decreasing, right? Just because of your revenue is, just because of your cost is increasing from 49, that came to 64. And I know that the revenue also is increasing by 78.5 million. When you will keep on coming down, so in 2025 there is a huge the loss, which, not loss I would say, the, yes, the profit which came into the negative. So your profit, your revenue was 126.9 million, but we have invested the money of 128.2 million. And why this happened, okay, in which month those things happened. So, okay, let's go into the detail. So here, this is the big impact, massive profit dropped. This is how you have to, you know, make your data so that the people can read it. Okay, that's what actually we are doing. This is how we have to sometimes present our table. Okay, now let's go into the details. So basically we will go only for 2025 and 2026. So here what we can do, here we can put it into the, you know, columns, for example, and month you can drop here. Okay, now this seems okay and good. Only we need to do this study only of 2025 and 2026. That's it. And what we can do, we can simply convert it into the k. Instead of million, let's convert it into the thousand. Hash comma hash. Okay, now if you will look at your data, so let me convert it into the normal format. Okay, control 1, convert it into the thousand. Okay, now it is in thousand now. And now here, anything which is negative, I would like to, all these months, you know, went into the negative. You look, every month. So here when you will go in the detail, so for 2020, let's make it into the center first. Right click, go in the pivot table option, merge and center cells with the labels. Okay, now it's good. I don't want to show this, you know, the total, so let's remove it. Grand total of on for rows only, on for columns only. Okay, now when you will go down, so in a huge impact that you had, okay, basically let's convert it into, make the format as black, so here only we will highlight where we do have a massive, you know, the drop. So in 203k happened in December. So top 3, when you will go here, so here you do have a top 3, not top 3, top 5, you know, months where our profit got dropped by huge amount. Okay, you look, this is what happened. And when you will go for 2026, so in 2026, you know, that happens 2020, you know, our profit went, you know, in the negative by 222k, 215, 219, 261, 220, and 229. Huge difference. So let's first, this is the main, you know, the impact which is happening. And 300 also I see somewhere. You look, this is something amazing. These are the things, you know, we have to read out and we have to highlight why this has happened, and for just to identify what happened and why the profit was, why our cost was increasing, okay, in these months. Those things we have to go again into the more details, and for that you should have a data set. So in our case that we don't have a data set, but we have identified, okay, how this happened and what are the reason behind it. We have identified that our cost was high, okay, in these particular 2 year. That's why our profit gone into the negative by 1.3 million and 3.2 million. When we have, you know, broken into the months, so in these months in 2025, okay, in 2025, let me design it, banded columns. Okay, when I'm going into the month on month, so here I have highlighted, okay, in top 5, you know, the months where our profit gone very very negative. So these three, and again 261. Okay, this 261, you look, I have highlighted. So these are the things that which you can highlight. You know, you can tell your boss, you can tell whomsoever is asking, you know, the profit is decreasing. The reason is because our cost is increasing, okay, in this 2025 and 2026. The top year on year, if somebody want to see, you can send this report, you can send this data set by telling that our cost was higher, just because of that your profit was in negative. And when you will go into the more details, so month on month also you can present this table. So these are the highlighted top 5 months where our profit gone very down. So this is how that you should highlight, and you should go with the in the meeting. So what happens when we go in the meetings, so in those scenarios, sometimes people come with the empty hand, okay, in those scenarios that they have nothing to say what exactly happened. When you will go with your data set, your confidence also will be very high, and you will be able to answer the people, and people also will be able to relate this storyline, because you have to tell this storyline to the people. And till the time that you're not able to explain, you're not able to, because see, in by words that nobody will rely, nobody will you know obviously believe in you. You have to show this data, and you can show this is the actual number which is coming from this particular data set. If you want to have more details on the cost optimization, what are the cost which we are where we are investing, and why our revenue is less than our cost and cost is more, so there is no benefit of the business. So those kind of things, and those kind of the planning and the strategy can happen, and can be discussed, okay, can be discussed, and and the management can take a appropriate the decision to make it correct, and to fix it out, so that our profit will be on the track. So this is how that we guys can we can read out the data, we can create a presentation, we can create an analysis. This is the analysis which we have done. The question was, this is the question which has come from the top management: our revenue is increasing but profits is decreasing in the many months, and what are the reason? Okay, so we have shown in the year on year as well, we have shown in the month on month as well. So these are the two reports which you can show. But still, if you have, if the leader wants to know more about the cost, okay, what are the cost we are applying, so for that you can contact, you can have a data from the respective team, and you can prepare, okay, these are the cost we are these are the cost where we are investing money, okay, these are the cost, okay, for the company. That's why our profit is in the negative, okay. That's how that you should guys, that's how I think we should always present our data, okay, with the data set, with the actual picture which is have what is actually happening on the ground. So I hope guys that you have understood these things. If you guys have any question, do comment in the comment box. I will try to emphasize it in the better way in the next video. So I will also attach this file in the description box. From there you guys can download it for your practice. So thank you so much everyone for watching the video. Thanks a lot.